100, 80 degree, different direction. If a blind man he come to you, do you kick him out, or you should be nice to him as a Muslim? A good Muslim, what he should do if you see a blind man? Kick him out, be rude to him, get angry of him, or be nice to him? Your mind.
Of course, if a blind man came to me, of course I'm gonna be nice to him. I'm gonna help him. I'm gonna do whatever I can. And I know maybe I know what you want to talk about the Prophet, that when the blind man came to him, and he want to talk to him, and the Prophet that time was busy with the infidels. That time he was talking to them about the truth, about God, and it's like he didn't want to interrupt him, so he told him like to wait. And God asked the Prophet, you cannot do that. God told him you cannot do that because of these people. So I know what you're going to talk about, but you just put in the prophets one after one, put him down one after one, one after one after one. All of us, we are human. We could make a mistake, but the Prophet never make a mistake that he mean to make it, first of all. And if that blind man came, he did not came to him while he's sinning and nothing, he's not doing nothing, and he said, no, go, no. He was talking to other people, try to convince them to become Muslims. That when he told him to wait, even just telling him to wait, Allah told him, no.
So are you saying the Quran is corrupted? Guys, did you hear? The Prophet told him to wait. This means the Quran is lying, because the Quran is saying Abasa wa tawalla. He got angry and upset. Angry and upset. His face even changed. What wait? This is what the Quran is saying. And you know what? You can invite the man inside your house and let him sit. So what if there's rich people? There was rich people there inside the room speaking to the rich one, so he don't want the poor one to sit with them. So he kicked them out. And he screamed at him. What wait? Are you saying the Quran is lying? Can you show me where in the Quran it says that Muhammad told him to wait? I want to see that. You mind?
Okay, of course, the Quran did not say Muhammad say that. The Quran, these verses came down after what Muhammad did with that man, of course. So there is nothing in the Quran about what Muhammad did.
So what the Quran saying then? Does the Quran saying Muhammad was angry from that man and he kicked him out? Huh? Abasa wa tawalla. Abasa wa tawalla. If you do not know Arabic, I can explain to you what abasa mean and what tawalla mean. Mike is yours. Let me expose how the Muslim lie in here. You said it says wait. Now in the Quran, of course Allah never said wait. So what Allah said in the Quran? Your mind.
I don't know how to explain it to you. I told you, okay. Let's say you are talking to a certain people, a group of people. You're talking to them about something, and somebody came and he want to interrupt you. Wouldn't you tell him to wait? Wouldn't you tell him to wait because he interrupted you? You are talking serious about something very serious, and somebody came and he started talking. Would you, you might show some anger, but not anger like us, our human being, because a prophet was different. He was busy trying to convince the infidels. So it's like he didn't want this man to interrupt him. And I told you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told him in the Quran that you cannot do that. You can't. And the Prophet did not say, no, I can. He's like,
Let me tell you what happened. Guys, after Muhammad, he did that to this blind man. People, they start speaking about how this guy is a hypocrite because he's speaking to rich ones, and a poor man, he coming to him. Look what he did to the blind man. So he heard the rumors, so he made a verse saying, Allah, he said to me, you should not do that. Really? This is what happened. He heard what people they are speaking about him. People they are saying, what kind of a person? He is so rude. He kicked a man from his house in the night when he can see his way. And you know what? I can show you from your Islamic books the interpretation saying he was speaking to rich men of Quraysh. Do you want me to show you that? Do you want to challenge me? We can add this one to other challenge. We have a proof. Yeah. So I think Abu Aisha, he agree now that I can, when I say I challenge, it's mean I mean it, right? So I don't think he will challenge me for that. Do you think, guys, he will challenge? No, no way. He knew I will prove it. He noticed I never said something unless I have a proof. So is it true that he was speaking to rich ones, and this is why he was so upset? Because this is a poor blind man? You know what? If I see your prophet doing that to a blind man in front of me, I will beat him. If I see somebody in the street making fun of a blind man, I will beat him. This is a prophet of God? No mind.
You said if you see somebody doing that to a blind man, you will beat him or you beat the Prophet. Astaghfirullah. You know, the Prophet, I told you, he was talking to a group, the leaders of Mecca, of Quraysh, of the infidels that time. He was talking to them. He was trying to convince them to worship one God instead of worshiping all these idols. And that man came, and it wasn't in a house. It was outside by Kaaba. It was outside. It wasn't inside the house. Okay, so you're trying to to cover your story with many things that to make it true, but it's not true. But as I told you, his purpose was very important to convince these leaders to leave the worshipping of idols to worship one God. And he did not, for example, kick him or
Guys, did he agree that they are leaders? Did he agree? Did he agree that those are rich ones? Leaders, huh? You see, leaders, what leaders? What leaders? They are rich. The poor one is nobody. The rich one are leaders. Yeah. So a blind man can, and you know what? He was trying to them, telling them to stop worshipping the idols. But the Prophet himself, he kissed black stone. Can you tell the room in here what kind of a prophet he kissed stones? He is telling them to stop worshipping the idols, but he told the Muslims to kiss a black stone. Those who kiss stones, aren't they pagans? Stones. It's not even your wife. Why your prophet was kissing black stone? You mind?
because that stone came down with Adam from heaven. Who would refuse to kiss stone came from heaven? Just tell me, would you?
Okay, let us do this, guys. I challenge you to show me one place your God, he said, this is a stone from heaven, so you have to kiss it. Can you show me that? Secondly, this is a special stone. And a stone from heaven should be kissed. This is mean when Muslims go to heaven, they will not do anything to their wives. They will be keeping the kissing the floor. Because all the floor there is rocks from heaven. If Allah he send you a donkey from heaven, are you going to hang him in the Kaaba and kiss him? If Allah he send you a dog from heaven, are you going to kiss the dog all day night? It's a stone. From where you Muslims you get this story? This black stone was a vagina for an idol before Islam, and Muhammad he kept that vagina in the Kaaba. The Arab before Islam, they used many of them, they used to worship it. Your prophet used to worship it, your prophet used to kiss it, and he kept kissing it. Just to make the Arab accept him. That's all. Now I challenge you to show me a proof that your God Allah said to Muhammad, kiss the black stone. Is that fair, guys? Because this order should come from who? From Allah. Let us say there's a stone came from heaven. Unless Allah say to you, kiss the black stone, you should not kiss it. So if Allah told Muhammad, kiss the black stone, I want to see that. I want to see it. Show me. You're mine.
You know, there is a place here in the Galleria Mall, and there is an Israeli shop over there. They're selling soil from the Dead Sea, and how they sell it to the people, they tell them this is from the Holy Land. And my nephew working in that place. My nephew, of course, he's a Muslim, and he's working with the Jews, you know. And you see people when they tell them, oh, this is from the Holy Land, they kiss it and they hold it and they say, oh, this is a holy.
Who care? Let them kiss it. They are stupid like your prophet. Nowhere in the Bible it says you kiss stones. Guys, anybody knows anywhere in the Bible it says kiss a stone? Stones. Those are, you know, people. They are, you know, I don't know. They are desperate to go to Israel. Yeah, this is their business. We are talking about prophet of God who say he is against adulterer, and in the same time he is himself kissing stones. Did the God of Muhammad told him to kiss the black stone? Either you say yes, and this is the proof, or you know what, your prophet is a pagan man. Stones is stones. And by the way, why the black stone, look like a vagina? Do you know? Why the black stone look like a vagina? Go ahead.
You're stupid. I swear, you are so stupid. You know, yeah. You just concentrate on nonsense things. You said like a vagina. You know, how many people touch that stone from the time being sent down until now? What, 2 billions, 10 billions, 20 billion people touch it? What you expect to a stone being touched and kissed by all, you know, these people? What's going to happen to it? Just answer me. Tell me.
Okay, I don't know if there's any atheist in here, because atheists now, they will take your answer and make it as a reason why women have vagina. How many men they kiss vagina through the last billions year? What an answer, man. What are you talking about? You are saying to me that it became like this because they kiss it and they lick it? They kiss it from the side too. What an answer. And by the way, is it true that the black stone used to be white? Is that true? And then it became black? Go ahead.
Yes, of course, it was white. You know, the sins of people making it black. And go back to you telling me it became like a vagina. Okay, I challenge you to put a stone anywhere in the world, and tell and ask 10 million people or 1 billion people to touch that stone. Are they going to make a hole in that stone or not? You are not.
Just wait, this means that the black stone after like 1,000 years from now is going to be gone. Correct, guys? According to you, that's black stone. What the Kaaba will be without black stone? I thought this is a black stone from heaven, sent by Allah Himself. The black stone is going to be destroyed by kissing. So why your prophet kiss it? You see, it's your prophet who destroying what Allah He sent. Now, I asked you about the black stone used to be white. He said, of course. Okay, explain to us, do science says if a stone was kissed, the stone, if it's white, is going to be black? Like, do science teach those stuff? Does that mean, I have a neighbor, she is an African lady. Does that mean because many men, they kissed her? She was white, she became black or something like this? You mind?
No, we're talking about touching more than kissing. Not everybody kissing that stone. If everybody have a chance to get that stone, it will take them, you know, hundreds of years to finish. People touch it. People touching it. Because of that, you know, touching that stone, you know, multiple times, you know, all these years, thousands of years, you know, the stone has a, you know, become like a hole in it, and what you call vagina. That's stupid of you because you're stupid, and that's the only explanation to it. That's the true explanation to it, because of the touching, not kissing. You're just talking about kissing and vagina. That's the only thing in your stupid mind.
Abu, just wait. Mira, is that you, Mira? The older friend used to come and talk from long time? Mira, for you? Good to see you. Where you been? I didn't see you for You know what? Don't tell me you bought a black stone yourself and you were busy with it. Where you been? Anyway, it's okay. It might be black stone. You know, but the people, they have this issue every day now. It's like spreading everywhere. In Japan, China, Ceausescu, Czechoslovakia, China, Argentina, Brazil, everywhere. Like, you know, all those countries, they have black stone. What weight we know? The black stone became black because people are kissing it. According to your prophet, because of the sin. How the sin is making the black stone black? I want you to explain to people in the room, please. You mind?
This is something you cannot explain, I cannot explain, you cannot imagine, because we are human. This is the power of God. This is the power of God. That's the only explanation to you. This is the power of God to show us that, see what our sin did.
Okay, so you are saying that this is a stone of God. Correct, guys? This is the stone of God, and this stone of God has the power of God. It's a holy stone. Have the power of God inside that stone. It's a magical stone. You kiss it, it gets dirty. Kiss it more, you get dirtier. Kiss it more and get more dirty. You know? By the way, your prophet said that this stone in the judgment day is going to have tongues and eyes and ears. And it's going to speak, which means this stone is a living stone. It's a life. It's a creature. To have eyes, have, you know, is that true? Or your prophet is lying? You're lying.
Well, I cannot, I'm not saying I cannot answer you, but I believe everything the prophet says. And I go back again to the kissing point. You concentrate on kissing. I said touching, because people touching it all these years. It's not kissing. Not everybody have a chance to kiss it. Only few people have a chance.
Okay, be honest with me. When you went to the Kaaba, did you kiss it or lick it? Or touch it only? Which one of those you did? You, Mike?
I wish Allah gave me the chance to go to make Hajj or pilgrimage to Mecca. I did not get the chance yet. And if I can kiss it, I will kiss it. I will cry to Allah to forgive me, to wash me from all sins. And I ask Allah to show you the right way, to open your heart.
What is the duty of this black stone when you do that? Because we want to understand. God, did he say he go to the Kaaba, he kiss it, he touch it, and then he pray to Allah, and to wash him from the, okay. What is the duty of that stone? What that stone does exactly for the Muslims? You, Mike?
It's just because it's from heaven, and the Prophet did that, so we will follow the Prophet. The Prophet kiss it, we kiss it. The Prophet touch it, we touch it.
The Prophet, he cleaned his ass with 3 rocks. We clean our ass with 3 rocks. You Muslim never ask yourself, why is that? Isn't it, this is paganism? You are kissing a stone. It's a pagan. Arab before Islam used to kiss it, and you Muslims after that, you kiss it too. It's a pagan. So none of you ask your prophet, dare even to ask him why he is kissing it. You are making up things. Say this is a stone from heaven. Did even your prophet say that this is a stone from heaven? He never said that. Just because he kiss it, you kiss it. Actually, look what Umar al-Khattab he said, guys. Umar, he said, I know that you are useless and harmless. What that mean, guys? Do you agree with Umar al-Khattab, Abu Aisha, that Umar al-Khattab, when he said, I know that you are useless and harmless, but I'm kissing you, but because the Prophet kissed you? Do you agree with him? That this stone is useless and harmless, you mind?
Definitely, I agree with him. Definitely.
Did you hear, guys? Did you hear? It's useless and harmless. A second ago, he said that the stone was white and became black. A second ago, this was a stone from heaven. A second ago, this was a special stone. Now it's useless and harmless. Useless. Do you know what useless mean? It's like Yusuf Estate, the one we see in the D show. Like his wife, she called him useless because his doesn't work. So it's a useless. So why you are kissing it? It's a useless stone. And you are saying, I definitely agree with him. Definitely agree with him. Definitely agree with him. It's useless and harmless. So there's no benefit and there's no use and there's no harm. So why you kiss it? When you say it's useless, it means even there's no blessing to you from God. When you say it's useless, it's even having nothing to do with God. It's useless. But you kiss it. Why? Human. By the way, guys, I have my neighbor, they have open house. Kissing stone day. So if anyone interested, they have a stone resemble the black stone in the Kaaba. Just to practice when you go to Hajj, etc. You know. Go ahead.
I think you should have a kissing ass, you know, something in your house instead of.
Hold a second. I can show you your prophet kissing a man in Kashhi. Do you want me to show it to you? Your prophet was kissing a man close to his testicles. And as long as your prophet did that, you should do it. If you want me to change the topic, I have no problem. Which one you want? The state of black stone, or we're talking about your prophet kissing the man down there? You mind?
I told you that kissing of the black stone or touching it, and as I told you, more touching than kissing. Just because of it came from heaven, and what Umar bin Khattab said, it will explain to you that that stone cannot do anything, cannot harm us, cannot benefit us. You know, it's just because it came from heaven, and because the Prophet did that, we do that. That's it. We follow the Prophet in everything he said. 100%, 101%. We follow him. No matter what the enemies of Islam talk about Islam. Islam is the only religion on earth. And it will be the only religion, and it's the only religion of God.
Okay, only religion, yeah, because it's false. What a religion? Religion is not from God. God don't send religions. Those who believe in religion, they are the false one, and this is you Muslims. Now listen, Abu. As long Islam is the only religion, why Muhammad was kafir then? Listen carefully to my question. As long Islam is the only religion, why Muhammad was kafir? You're a prophet, he was a communist, following Stalin, and I can prove it right now from the Quran. You're mine. Yusuf 5, what Yusuf 5? Useless, you see useless? You're a prophet, it's a stone kissers. Bulls worshipper. Women in their grave, ifar. Even there's a new law, by the way, in Egypt now, they are making a law that a man, a Muslim man like Yusuf, he can have sex with his wife up to 6 hours after she died. You can't even trust a Muslim man with a dead woman, man. Like, what's wrong with those Muslims? We can't trust them with animals. We can't trust them with dead one. We can't trust them with anything. Somebody posted for, if somebody have the news, posted for the Muslims, because they might say you're lying. Abu, you're mine.
No, my friend, no. No, all what you're talking about is nonsense. That's never happened. We go back again to the stone. As I told you, the stone, it came from heaven. When you see a dream, you know, a nice dream, you will be thinking about it. For example, some people saying that we saw Jesus. They will be so happy, maybe all their life, because they saw Jesus, for example. What about when you know there is a stone came from heaven? You know, you will love to touch it. You will love to kiss it because you like to be in the same place where that stone came from. And as I told you, it's not.
Okay, Shaitan, he was in heaven. Are you going to kiss him too? Shaitan, according to your Quran, he was in heaven. So now if we bring the Shaitan to you Muslims and we place him next to the Kaaba, Shaitan, let me kiss you. You came from heaven? Yes, I was there. Not only that, I saw Allah. Let me kiss you. You took you, Shaitan. You Muslims are crazy. Shaitan was in heaven too. Are you going to kiss Shaitan? You mind?
Of course, I'm not going to kiss Shaitan. Shaitan, the Satan or Shaitan is the enemy of God. He's the first enemy of God, and he's.
Okay, how do you know that this stone is not the stone of Shaitan? Do you have any proof? Do you have any proof that this stone is not sent from Shaitan? Guys, is that a valid question? Let us make a challenge to the Muslims. Prove to me that this is a stone came from God, not from Shaitan. Do you have any proof? No, Mike.
Well, the proof is the Prophet, as I told you. We believe the Prophet 101% in everything he say and everything he do.
So your Prophet, his God never said that to him. Your Prophet is making things from his own. He's making up a religion. Guys, he's a Prophet, not Allah. They don't even believe in Allah. They believe in the Prophet only. Muhammad, whatever he do. Did his God say that to him? No. Did Allah say kiss it? No. Did Allah say put it in the Kaaba? No. Muhammad, the Arab pagan, is pagan. Nothing changed. He was a pagan before Islam. He's a pagan after Islam. Now, I want to ask you, Abu Aisha, do the Quran say that Muhammad was a communist? Muhammad was a communist or he was a believer? You might. I don't mean communist, by the way. You know, I mean atheist. Let us do it this way. Atheist. I don't want to say communist. Communist is a wrong word because you know he's an atheist. Was Muhammad an atheist, or he was a believer from all his life? You might. In different way, let us say, was Muhammad a kafir?
Muhammad was a messenger of God, exactly as Noah.
Abu, listen carefully. This is not my question. Before he announced himself to be a prophet, he was what? He was a kafir or he was a believer in Allah? Before he announced himself that he is a prophet, he was what? An atheist or a believer in God? You might.
Of course he was a believer. Of course he was a believer in God. Of course. What are you talking about? He never worshipped idols. He never did anything wrong in his life until he became a prophet, you know. Of course he was, I mean, what are you talking about? He's a prophet of God.
Okay. Take it easy. Here we go. I'm not the one saying that. The Quran is saying that Muhammad was an atheist. Chapter 42, verse number 52. And this is the Quran translated in English by Yusuf Ali. Huh? Look what it says. I'm not the one saying. The Quran is saying that before now, you know not what faith means. Nothing. You do not know what faith means. You have zero faith. And you know nothing about revelation. So he never heard about God, because hearing about God, if you heard about Abraham, you heard about revelation. If you heard about Moses, you know about revelation. If you heard about Jesus, you know about revelation. Muhammad, he don't believe in any. He heard not about any revelation, and he have no faith whatsoever. Do you see it? This is Quran. Allah is saying Muhammad is a communist, and this is the link for those who want to read it. If you want to, you know, if you know how to read, not like your prophet Muhammad, you know, read it. Go ahead. This is the verse in the front of you. So why you got Allah saying Muhammad, you do not know what faith means? Chapter 42, verse number 52. Your mind.
Okay, the story of Abraham. When he you know, was a boy, he found out, you know, he was living among his people, and even his father. They used to worship idols, and it's like he wasn't sure about this, and you know, he was thinking something wrong. He saw the moon. He said, "This is my God." Then he saw the stars. He said, "This is my God." Then he saw the sun. Then this is you know, when he saw the sun, he said, "Oh, this is bigger. This is my this is my God. So he was until God told him, show him